Temperatures are beginning to drop, which means fall is right around the corner. I'm already dreaming about orange leaves, pumpkin spice lattes, and best of all, books. I've been curating my fall reading list over a couple weeks now. To me, fall books include cozy mysteries, fantasy, and spooky contemporary fiction about mythical creatures like witches, vampires, and haunted houses. In this video, I want to chat about all the upcoming 2023 releases that I am so excited to get my hands on. So grab yourself a cup of hot tea or wine or coffee or whatever you're drinking, and let's dive in. I am so ready, you guys, to read fall books. Like, I cannot even begin to describe how ready I am. So I've been doing some research, and I just want to share everything that is coming out that I'm really excited about over the next couple months. There are plenty of books already out there for fall that are really great, and I'm actually going to be making a separate video on that, so be sure to watch out for that video. But in the meantime, I do want to go ahead and share what has really piqued my interest that is coming out over the next couple months. So there are 7 books total. Let's get into it. The first one is In Charm's Way by Lana Harper. This is coming out August 22nd. Depending on when I actually get this video up, it might actually already be out, we'll see. But I'm gonna try to get this video up before the book comes out. So this is part of the Witches of Thistle Grove series. This is the 4th book. The first 3 book is called Payback's a Witch, From Bad to Cursed, and Back in a Spell. All of these books take place in Thistle Grove, but they are about different characters. They're also all in chronological order, so you can read these books as a standalone, or you can jump right into one of them, but just know that if you start off with book 3, that is later on in the future than book 1. This book is a modern day rom-com about witches. We're following Delilah, who has been hit by a power surge 6 months earlier that has caused her to lose some of her mind a little bit, and it forces her to rely on her friends and family. In an effort to be independent again, she performs a blood spell, but this spell has repercussions, and that is essentially what this book is about. Honestly, I haven't read the first 3 books, but when I heard that this book was coming out, it made me want to read the other ones. So I actually probably might pick up the other books in the series before I actually pick up this one, because I am someone who, even if it is a standalone, I do like to read all the books in the series. So the next book I'm really excited to read is called My Roommate is a Vampire by Jenna Levine. This comes out August 30th. We're following Cassie in the suburbs of Chicago. She's an artist with some money issues, and she is about to get evicted. So she is looking for a room and finds one that is half price, which is, you know, too good to be true, and she knows that, but she does it anyways. And she has a roommate named Frederick. He's a little bit weird. He sleeps all day, he only does business at night, and he kind of speaks like he's old school. He's super interested in her and like what she's up to. But then one day Cassie finds blood bags in the fridge, and she begins to have questions. This feels like it's going to be a lighthearted vibe. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a rom-com or not, but it does feel cozy and perfect for early fall. The next book I'm really excited about is called Playing the Witch Card by KJ Dell'Antonio. This comes out September 5th, and I just want to say there are a ton of fall books coming out September 5th, so this is one of many that's going to drop on September 5th. So this book is described as Gilmore Girl meets practical magic. We're following our main character, Flair, in Kansas, which, if you guys know, I used to live in Kansas, so I was like, oh, interesting. But she has been given an opportunity to take over her grandmother's bakery. She has given up on magic herself because she lives in this world that has magic, but magic has not given up on her, and she bakes a batch of tarot card cookies, and that unleashes some unpredictable occurrences. I feel like this is gonna give small town vibes because it has like the baking and the cooking and the spells and this like sort of alternate universe where magic is a thing and like everyone believes in it. The next book I'm really excited about, comes out September 5th as well, is called Enchanted to Meet You by Meg Cabot. So if you guys don't know, Meg wrote all the Princess Diaries books. I read those back in like middle school, and I kind of just like forgot about her. And of course I love the Princess Diaries movies, but yeah, she wrote that whole series. And so now I didn't realize like she was still writing, and this book is coming out after realizing who wrote this book, what also interested me was the cover. It's very lavender and it just gives me vibes like of Enchanted by T. Swift, if you get what I'm saying. So this book is set in West Harper, which I'm pretty sure is in California. Our main character is a witch named Jessica, and a guy named Derek, who is also a witch, comes into town and they strike up a romance. I'm not really sure what else this book is about. I couldn't really tell from the synopsis, but I am curious enough given who is writing it to pick it up. So most of those books are giving like cozy rom-com vibes. This next book is a little bit different. So this next book is called The September House by Carissa Orlando, also coming out September 5th. And this one is, first of all, Carissa's debut novel. I always like to mention on here when a book is a author's debut novel because I like to support new and up-and-coming authors with their first book. So first of all, this is her debut novel. So we're following Margaret and her husband who have moved into a Victorian house, and they got a good deal out of it, which was a little questionable, but like whatever. And they find out though that in this house, every September there are hauntings. So during that time, the walls drip blood and they have ghosts of former residents that appear, all of which are scared of whatever is in the basement. And most people would be a little worried about this, but not Margaret. She is not having it and she loves this house. So they continue to live in this house until after 4 years, her husband has just had enough and he abruptly leaves. Margaret's daughter comes up out of nowhere, determined to help find her father, but she gets there right in time for September, and her daughter doesn't know about any of these hauntings, and now we're put in a situation where Margaret and her daughter are having to deal with this haunted house together. This book is giving me a lot of like gothic thriller vibes, which I'm a big thriller girly, so I'm very excited to read this book. So next up is The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic by Brenda Randall. This comes out September 20th. Once again, this is a debut novel for Breanne, so love supporting new authors. This is a book also targeted at people who love Gilmore Girls and practical magic, so if that's your vibe, this might be a good book for you. We're following Sadie, who is a witch, and there is a curse of 4 heartbreaks that accompany her power. I don't know a lot about this book other than the fact that her grandmother is in poor health, but the cover alone was just enough to sell me, and I want to have this on my bookshelf, so I will be getting this book. The last fall release that I am so excited about is called Haunting on the Hill by Elizabeth Hand. It's coming out October 30th. I am very excited about this book. I am very not excited that it's not coming out until October. People have said that if you like Haunting of the Hill House on Netflix, that you're gonna like this book as well, which I do like that show. I like every season that comes out by that producer. So I immediately was like, I'm ready for this book. So this book, we are following Holly, who is a playwright. She receives a grant to develop her play, which is called A Witching Night, but she needs a space that will help her develop it and get her in like the right mindset. So she finds a hill house on a weekend getaway in the upstate, and her girlfriend rent it out for a month. But this house is particular. There are strange creatures that stalk the ground, and there are sounds echoing the hallway, all like the good haunted house kind of stuff. So this is another gothic thriller haunted house that I am so excited to pick up, and I just feel like it's gonna give all the vibes. Those are all the new fall 2023 releases that I'm really excited to get my hands on to evoke all the autumnal spooky vibes that come with this season. I cannot wait. If you have an anticipated read that you're looking forward to in the fall, please leave that in the comments below so I can take a look as well. And stay tuned. I'm going to be filming my fall TBR, which is gonna list all the books that are already out that I plan on reading for the season. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I did. I am so ready for fall to get here, and I will talk to you guys in another one. Bye.